Good evening, and welcome to another installment of the New York Minute Sports Show. And we got a live one for you, too. The Grim Reaper, Aaron Rodgers, creeping death. He's back, folks. He's back. The Gremlins take New York, the new batch, and it's featuring Aaron Rodgers. Then we got the Knicks. Are they pretenders or are they contenders? I think they might be the latter. Then we got Yankee Report, and then also, did anyone see John Cena turn heel this weekend? That and a lot more here on New York Minute Sports Show. Let's go! Welcome to another installment. We have Aaron Rodgers besieging New York. He is back. He's called herpes because you can't get rid of him with penicillin, folks. And guess what? Even if you tried to give him penicillin, he wouldn't take it because he don't believe in it. Chris, you're a Giant fan, and I am so happy that you guys are going to take Aaron Rodgers and start the Aaron Rodgers experience.
I am so excited for future Hall of Famer Aaron Rodgers in blue, because there's two outcomes to this. One is he plays like he played last year, which again wasn't an awful year. Maybe the interceptions were a little high for him, but it was better than any quarterback play the Giants had. Or flip side, everybody gets fired. So there's no real, we're not saying Super Bowl. I think the reason he was such a freaking bust for the Jets is because, Eric aside, Eric's a realist. You had commentators in August saying the Jets were the best team in the AFC East. How delusional people got because Aaron Rodgers came to town. All of a sudden, this franchise was going to be completely turned around. But, listen, no expectations, 1 year deal, everybody's gone, reset 26, fine.
So why not just start the reset now? If Dable...
Look, they didn't fire them. They can't fire them now. There's nobody to hire.
No.
And, it's too late in the process.
Okay, if you're going to start a team, you're going to not get Aaron Rodgers and draft a new quarterback this year? Are you going to do both? Aaron Rodgers does not fit the scheme of the Giants. Aaron Rodgers, if you are on thin ice as a head coach, who is the last guy that you want to bring into your franchise to solidify that ice? Aaron Rodgers.
But, dude, that's the beauty of it, because I think majority of Giants fans would say Shane had to go after this year, after the debacle that was Hard Knocks. Mm-hmm. He didn't get let go, and now this is the fucking route he's taking? This is the move to save your job? Sorry, buddy, but you're out of here.
It's the worst move ever. It's worse than drafting.
But again, as a Giant fan, I'm here for it because it's more competent quarterback play than we've had in a number of years. It definitely is. I don't think anybody will say Daniel Jones is anywhere near, or Tommy Cutlets is anywhere near what Rodgers did for the Jets last year. So I'm here for that. That's fine. But I know in the back of my head, this is their grasp for staying around as running the Giants. It's almost comical.
It's either we don't know something that Dable and Shane know, because it's either that they have carte blanche and they have 2 years left, not 1 year left, because they're not acting like coaches that are on the brink of getting fired because if this doesn't work out this year, they're gone. So what happens is you're going to have these two guys. This is the problem. This is my main problem with the Giants. You're going to have two guys that aren't going to be probably here next year drafting your quarterback of the future. I've seen it happen before. It's going to be terrible. Also, with the degradation, let's say, of the development of neighbors with Davante Adams on that team, because if Davante Adams is in the building and Aaron Rodgers is in the building, he's going to get him to be a Giant. So now what just happened with Garrett Wilson and his development on the team got suppressed because of Davante Adams. As soon as Davante Adams showed up, it was the Davante Adams and Aaron Rodgers show.
Totally.
So also, not only are you guys not moving forward, you're staying in neutral with Aaron Rodgers, the development of the quarterback isn't getting better. What are you working to? It seems
it
seems like the Giants are running in place to me from an outside perspective, and I'm a diehard Jet fan. I just went through this shit. I thought the Jets should have re-signed Aaron Rodgers. Don't get me wrong. I'm not coming from a place of hate or anything like that. Aaron Rodgers' numbers last year were a little deceptive. If he doesn't have that 4-touchdown game and a throwaway game in the last game of the year, like we were talking about, to have the third best season as a Jets quarter.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm sorry, but Sam Bradford, I always call him
Sam Darnold?
No, not Sam Darnold. The quarterback from the Rams.
Stafford.
Thank you. Sam Bradford. I got to get him out of my mind. Stafford is good for the Jets. I think the Jets have a lot more talent. I think that they're in a little bit more of a win now kind of opportunity. I think he would have been a better shot for the Giants. I think bringing in Sam Darnold is a better idea if you can get him.
Do you hear 4 years, $160 million is what the projection is right now? Like, I just read that.
Who's paying him that?
That's
Who is paying? I'm going to be a quarterback. I'm coming back. I was, but it wasn't very good. 146 divided by 4. Yeah, so that's 36 a year.
No, 160, $40 million a year. Again, that's astronomical.
That's Daniel Jones money.
It's Daniel Jones money.
You're already allocating $40 million.
Here's the thing. If you can sign Aaron Rodgers for 1 year at close to the veteran minimum, it means two things. You're not drafting a quarterback this year because I think, let's face it, I don't think anybody likes any of these guys. No. Somebody's going to fall in love with
the two girls left at the party.
Again. So, maybe the Giants are being smart in that regard, but I don't trust anything they can do. But I think when you start to look at it, what are the other options? I'm not doing 4 years of Sam Darnold with 80. We're going to do another Daniel Jones deal with $80 million guaranteed. Why?
Yeah, he would be Daniel Jones 2.0. 100%. And I think he'd be a slight improvement from Daniel Jones. But what is that? What is that? 6 wins then? 7 wins? Right.
So look,
how much are you paying for Rodgers? Do you even know? Has that been even discussed?
No, but they're saying he's going to go. The Jets owe him a lot of money next year.
Yeah, I know. They owe him $42 million.
Yeah, so he's going to go the freaking Russell Wilson route and do a deal for freaking $5 million.
What about Fields on the Giants? He fits the scheme,
but they're saying he's staying in Seattle, in Pittsburgh.
But
they're saying that
let's say if he does become available,
dude, I agree. Yeah, I think he'd be
the perfect fit.
Dayball likes to run with his quarterback. Yeah. He did it with Josh Allen for years. I totally agree.
Fields was 10-1, 10 touchdowns and 1 interception before they gave Russell Wilson the reins. Ball,
yep. Yeah.
Which was kind of silly.
Look, again, if you look at all the, I will stand on my head and say, as a Giant fan, I would love to see Jameis Winston here just because it would be fun.
Jameis Winston and Aaron Rodgers on that both on the quarterback team. That would be a reality show, bro. That's a buddy cop show. Jameis and Aaron. That one actually, dude. I'm actually okay. You convinced me. I want to see Aaron Rodgers just because I want to watch the world burn, Chris.
But here's the cynical fan of me. What happens if Rodgers goes out there and throws 40 touchdowns and 5 interceptions, and the Giants are competing for the NFC East next year? And the Jets fans are like,
it would be the Jets being the Jets again.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it kind of, if you think about it, though, if it happened to anybody, it would have happened to the Giants with Kurt Warner.
Yeah.
Kind of the same thing when he went to the Arizona Cardinals. Eli Manning, the young guy, was coming in anyway. It looked like Kurt Warner forgot how to play football. Yeah. And, and then he goes and then he starts wearing 2 gloves indoors for no reason. Pow, 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 pow. He starts throwing with 2 hands.
And he's back.
The Jets. Let's get to the Jets. Looks like Sanders has fallen in the draft, in Mel Kiper's draft, to the 7th spot for the Jets to draft him. I think that would be a goddamn nightmare.
Oh, dude.
Let's get Tyrod made out of balsa wood Taylor. Let's let him.
Yeah.
No, he's not going to win. I'm not saying that. He's going to get hurt. You play him until he gets hurt, and hopefully have a young guy in the wings.
Yeah.
We didn't even mention, what about Kirk Cousins for the Giants? Wouldn't he
way.
be Aaron?
No way.
Hold on. Would he be Aaron Rodgers without the baggage?
I'm in for the baggage. I want the drama.
Oh, you want the smoke?
I want
No,
the smoke.
Chris, you don't understand the
No,
Aaron
I
Rodgers smoke.
understand it because the bad side is everybody's gone.
No, you don't get it. He
Like,
haunts
I'm
your
not.
dreams. He haunts your dreams.
No,
He
no.
hires 13 people and then he
He-
starts talking crazy about vaccines.
No, he haunts your dreams because the Jets thought he was fucking Jesus Christ.
Isn't he? I hate the Jets.
Oh, Aaron. I mean, dude.
I hate the Jets. I saw
feel
a Seattle
bad.
Seahawks hat today, and I was like, I should have made the move years ago. I should have made the years ago, Chris. Well, listen, speaking about years ago, the Knicks were terrible years ago, right?
For a long years.
For
Many
long
long
years.
years.
Okay, for a very long time, from about 98 till about Novak Knicks. Linsanity, let's say. The Knicks are good. They're a good team. They're a solid team. Now we're starting to get complacent. Now we're starting to get complacent with good.
You saying they're a solid team is doing them a disservice. They are fourth in the league overall in standings. East and West combined. Yeah. Fourth. I don't think that's solid. And I'm so sick and tired of every single pundit on the radio or TV saying they're so disappointing because they can't beat the Cavs and the Celtics. And all I hear is Boomer and Gio talking about how they're going to be such a disappointment if they don't get out of the second round. And it's just terrible that they can't beat the Celtics and Cavs. Like, have you looked at those two teams? Those are heavyweights. Those two teams are running away with the East. And not for nothing, we're only 2.5 games back of the Celtics. Yes, we can't beat them. But you know what? We haven't been healthy yet. No Mitch, OG. Like, let's just give them a little bit of time. They haven't even been able to play all together. McBride was hurt for a bit. So, like, I don't know. It's just driving me nuts saying they're a disappointment because they're not going to go to the finals this year. Like, dude, they were atrocious for 20 years. Like, I'll take some playoff runs before maybe getting to the finals.
So now, so let's speak openly and honestly. We're in the trust tree about the Knicks right now. I don't think that the way that the Knicks are designed right now, they are a championship team. I think what happens with a lot of teams is this is the second step in the process. I think that it's not over yet. This is a building year. I think that the Knicks fans got a little bit of ahead of themselves. I mean, we always do. That opening game against the Atlanta Hawks 2 years ago, it's like we won the NBA Finals with the bing bong outside and stuff. And I love that enthusiasm and keep it up, but I think that the way that this team is designed right now, and I was talking to a friend about this, and it's how when you have Josh Hart coming off the bench, he's starting all the time, not coming off the bench. He's a great six-man. This is the problem. When you have him in your starting lineup and he plays above the back of his basketball card every night, and he's a really good player. I like his hustle and everything about him. He's not a championship player. He's a championship six-man. I'll tell you that. Like, he's good off the bench. But the way I think this team is constructed right now, they don't have a killer. They don't have a clincher. Like, that's why I think that's like why they keep fooling around and sniffing around with Kevin Durant.
I'm going to disagree.
So if you disagree, tell me how the Knicks are going to surpass the Celtics and Cavaliers then. With the team that's
Brunson is likely the most clutch guy in the league right now. Durant, I want nothing to do with that cancer. He is cancer on a team. Like, you want to talk about Aaron Rodgers? Look at Durant's last 8 years with the Nets and the Suns.
He's not a leader.
The Suns are a colossal failure.
Yeah, they have no bench. The Suns are orchestrated a lot like the Knicks are.
Yeah.
They're top heavy. Listen, man. After the starting five on the Knicks, they're really fucking they're dog shit.
I'll give you that. I will give you that.
And when the Celtics can fucking just keep bringing guys up, OKC can keep bringing guys up. They're 0-7 against these guys.
Yeah, I know. But I'm okay with it being a building year. Like, you can't completely revamp a roster in a year.
But going
Like,
into this year, what were you happy with the result of this year? What were you?
I'm happy with another freaking playoff run. Like, I don't need to get to the finals this year. Are you kidding? Last year was the first year of even being competitive basketball since Carmelo was here.
So my question
So,
to you is, if they're good enough, if you're saying that theoretically that they're better than, okay, so you're not saying that.
I'm
You're
saying
that
if
this
we're
is a build.
healthy, look, last year we were banged up in the playoffs.
Yeah.
If we were healthy, we beat the Pacers. We go on to play the Celtics in the finals. If that was our ceiling this year and we get to the Eastern Conference Finals, I'd be fine with that. If we lose in the second round to the Celtics or the Cavs, like, dude, what are you going to do?
Do you think this Knicks team is better than last year's team?
Yeah, I do, because I think Towns is that much better.
I do.
Okay. We've seen one game of Mitchell Robinson.
You can't say no to this, too. It doesn't have the same feeling.
It doesn't.
It doesn't have the same feeling.
Everybody was so freaking, Dante DiVincenzo,
I know. I know. People were like upset that we got Cat for Dante.
But again, the reason it doesn't feel the same is because last year was the first year the Garden had any energy since fucking Jeremy Lin.
Yeah.
Like, so I think that.
But what's going to change, dude? So if they go out in the second round this year, the Celtics and let's say Celtics and Cavaliers go to the Eastern Conference Finals, what's going to change? Like I said to you before, I don't think the way that this team is orchestrated right now.
I don't know.
It's either the coach, either you got a problem with the coach, you need to work on that bench, or you need to get different guys on this squad and stop falling in love with the Nova Knicks. We had people crying their eyes out because we gave DiVincenzo away for Cat. Okay, listen, I don't care how much you like the dude, and he's a short white guy. That's the reason that you like him, and he hits threes. What's not to like? Okay, but you like Richie Sexton on the Brewers because he hit bombs. We got better all around. But now my question to you is, I think tinfoil hat time. I think the Knicks are playing possibly the biggest game of possum ever. Hear me out for a second. They're 0-7 against all the winners. Celtics, Cavaliers, OKC. Now hear this. The regular season in the NBA doesn't even exist. It really doesn't matter. Just be around the top 13 teams and you might be able to get in. So what about this? When the regular season doesn't mean anything and you know that the way that the Cavaliers got off to their start and the Celtics are playing, you're not going to get the number one seed. So why show your best plays? Why play your best defense against these guys? Why don't just play a little possum? And then when it comes down to crunch time, show these guys something that you haven't shown them all year. One of these guys, like maybe they're not giving them the best of the best. Maybe they're not running their best plays. Maybe they're playing possum, baby. The Knicks. The Possum Knicks, the Possum Kingdom.
Look, again, they got 40 wins. I mean,
they're great. They're a good team, but they're not going to beat anyone this year. They're not winning the finals. And
that's okay. And to me, as a Knicks fan, that's okay.
Okay, so
that's okay. Look, I think another playoff run, whether you lose in the second round, you make it to the finals, what have you. Like, I think what happens is the Knicks become a destination for the hired gun type, like where we don't really have that this year. So when you talk about improving the bench, like going to find that 7th, 8th, 9th guy who is a proven winner, a vet, not a rookie or second year guy. Like, I think that stuff starts to have some legs. The other thing that I've heard talked about is Giannis coming to New York.
Yeah, that would be huge.
Because he's just apparently very unhappy there.
But that's the reconstruction of the team that I'm talking about right there. Because the way that these guys are right now, they're not doing anything. And then it starts to think about how many guys you left. Like, quickly you lost. You lost all these guys that we drafted, and we had so much turnover that it's eventually gonna catch up to you.
Totally. Totally. I don't disagree with that, but like, what are these guys doing?
You still there, buddy?
What's Emmanuel Quickly doing this year?
Nothing.
Scary.
All the guys that they gave up are doing absolutely nothing.
Like I saw Quentin Grimes just had 40 points the other night. That was, like, okay.
Yeah. It's
Quickly's playing well.
Well, listen, he's on the Toronto Raptors. He's the only player on the team.
Again, he's
that's like the Nate,
points a game, but
dude, that's like Nate Robinson numbers.
Yeah,
when he was like the primary.
Again, like I don't think you can bash their roster construction. Like I don't like. It's okay to say you're not championship ready yet because the league has gone like, dude, nobody had the Cavs doing this. Nobody.
No. Everyone thought they were going to take a step down, actually, and that their window was closing a little bit after they lost to the Knicks, and the Knicks looked like the darling.
Meanwhile, Mitchell's playing the least minutes of his career, and he's the most efficient he's ever been. And, like, God bless him. But, like, the point is, like, my whole point is, like, I'm okay with another just playoff run, and let's go next. Like, do. I just have faith in Rose. I really do. Like, look what he's done. In the 2 years he's been here, he's created a competitive team that's gutsy, that's grinding. Like, and again, like I think a healthy Robinson makes a huge difference in a lot of these games where they're against these teams, and Cat just can't be the anchor of the defense.
No, like, he needs a big man there to free him up. He can't be doing everything, man. He can't be cooking the meal and wiping down the tables outside in the dining room.
So that was my whole
Mitch. You got to put Mitch there, clog up some room. You got OG coming back, who's hurt all the time. Also, OG's contract is worse, the second worst contract in the NBA that was voted upon. And totally overpaid for that guy. I wouldn't care if they moved him that much. He's a good piece that they can move. I don't know. I think that the way that the Knicks are constructed, they couldn't win a championship with this team right now. They need to keep Cat. They need to keep Brunson. And they need to shave because they're scoring plenty of points. I think this team can play defense, though. I think that they're just not deciding to play defense during the regular season. It's a moot point. Why burn yourself out all goddamn season? And what happened last year? The Knicks played to the T. They played every game to the whistle. They played every ground ball, blah, blah, blah. What happened in the finals? I mean, in the postseason.
They ran out of gas.
They were hurt. They ran out of gas. They injuries. When guys get fatigued, they get hurt. What happened to the whole Knicks team? They got fatigued. The whole team got hurt. So this year, Tibbs learned from his mistakes and was like, hey, guess what? We're not going to go ape shit on defense. We're going to score 137 points, which, by the way, guys, you've never seen the Knicks do in your lifetime because as far as I've been concerned, I never saw the 70s Knicks. But
you've never seen the Tibbs team do it either.
No, Tibbs was lucky to score 86 points with the Bulls and Noah. With Scott Skiles as assistant coach, just throwing elbows and playing defense. But he's moved with the league. He has also evolved with the league, which is great. Tibbs comes from a great goddamn coaching tree, too. It's not his fault. He's not trying to gas these guys out. So the Knicks, hey, man, I'm excited. You know what? Get in and let's see what happens. Yeah, well, listen, man, these guys, it's like anything else. Obviously, we know about this. It's a slow time in sports. They're talking about on the radio. What else are you going to talk about? Because, Aaron Rodgers coming to the Giants, hypothetically, is the number one story in sports today in New York, and the dog show from a week ago. But speaking of dog shows, this wasn't a dog show. This was a brawl, okay? Did you see Elimination Chamber over the weekend?
I did not see it.
Did you hear what happened?
I heard Cena turned heel, and people were losing it.
So... I'm BD. I'm balls deep back into wrestling. It happened about a year ago. I always just kept abreast of the information, what was going on. Like,
you were keeping tabs?
Yeah, of course. From when, just to keep my man card. From when Stone Cold retired till about a year ago. But I would always watch Brock Lesnar. I mean, how can you not watch Brock Lesnar and be a freak? But dude, they are it is, since they combined with the UFC, they've changed their production value. They've changed the way, it's more like they're blurring the lines now. They're keeping records, and the way that they introduce the guys in the rings a lot more like UFC. They've gotten a lot more global and stuff. But getting to the meat and potatoes, The Rock is doing some of his best work right now as the final boss. Bro, he comes out jacked, right? He's wearing an Elvis outfit. He's wearing a vest with bell bottoms. And he's like, I want your soul, Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is like the quintessential good guy. Like, he is Hulk Hogan 2.0. Eat your vitamins, say your prayers, and it doesn't come off.
Hair, right?
It doesn't come off, brother. It doesn't come off unnatural. So what happened is John Cena's just been a face, a baby face his whole career, and I can't stand him. That's when I checked out from wrestling. But I respect what the guy did. So everyone, John Cena turns, baby, kicks Cody Rhodes right in the chops. The wrestling world goes on fire. Now, I've got the Peacock channel. I paid for it $5 a month, so that you get the pay-per-views for free. I love when everyone says for free, but you can watch the whole pay-per-view on there, bro.
Right.
And even the Kevin Owens match before that, they had a hardcore match. It was great, bro. It was awesome. So it was the biggest heel turn since Bash at the Beach when Hogan joined the NWO.
Bro, that's like a seminal moment in wrestling history. So,
yeah.
Are you telling me Cena's going to be that now? Like, is it that big?
He was like this. After he turned heel, he's like this.
He didn't have a smile. Yeah, I saw all the pictures, and I saw people just lose. I saw people losing it.
Because this, the writing has gotten so good because Triple H is running it now. So Triple H and The Rock are running it now because Rock is the CEO of TKO Sports, the UFC, WWE conglomerate. He's on the board. So pretty much he's taken Vince's role and Triple H. So like he's a megalomaniac. He's nuts. As the final boss, it's some of his best work yet. But yeah, man, the writing. So now they're doing year-long programs in between guys. Like this storytelling goes on, and it's like the writing has gotten so good.
What does it go on through? Like Monday Night Raw? Like it just continues?
I don't watch, I have to admit, I don't watch the Raws. Like I just get the highlights on YouTube or on Instagram throughout the week. I know what's going on, but like I kind of wanted to see Elimination Chamber because it has the five rooms and they get to use all the, I'm an ECW guy, so I like to watch all the chairs and shit. But like, dude, for the amount of money I paid and the amount of entertainment I got, it was hands down
worth it.
Some of the best product right now, because when you watch UFC, it's a big letdown lately. Every guy in the UFC can't speak English. They wrestle with goats in Kazakhstan, and we don't have any Americans. Like, we got one, and he's out of his fucking mind. Sean Strickland, who can't even fight, and watching him fight is not exciting at all. It happened with boxing in the 90s and the 2000s when you had Lennox Lewis, the Klitschko brothers coming to boxing. Same thing's going on with UFC, bro. Everyone's a fucking Kazakhstani that can't speak the language. They've gone global, and they don't need us anymore.
Right.
The guys that were watching Chuck Liddell and Tank Abbott fight, they don't need us anymore, bro. We're not even on their radar yet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, so sense. Dude, I mean, because you were a wrestling head back in the day. When did
big time.
Did you quit watching?
Like Stone Cold era.
Yeah, as soon as Stone Cold.
That was like it. And I don't even know if I made it through to his end. Like I can't remember, but like he was the last big guy
like him defeating Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania was like, okay, that was kind of when I started tuning out.
Yeah.
But like
definitely.
The Rock coming up against Mankind, Triple H, the Attitude Era was just dope. But we grew up with the WWE superstars and like
The Rock with hair.
Your family got all the pay-per-views. You were the family. You were the hub.
Oh, everyone. Every single one.
Dude, and
we destroyed all the furniture.
Yeah, Chris, how many brothers you got again?
I got three brothers.
Yeah, okay, yeah, exactly. So all these knuckleheads, and they're all
destroying everything.
All big
jumping off the couches.
Oh, that's hilarious. Renting $70 pay-per-views, eating like they got two assholes, running their parents into the poorhouse. Imagine that. Imagine trying to raise your family nowadays with the cost of what they got.
No.
Emil would not be having it.
No.
Shut it down. Shut it down now.
Thanks.
Well, listen, don't shut anything down. You go right to Instagram and go to New York Minute. That's NEWYRKMIN on Instagram. By the way, up to 45,000 followers. Jumped up 8,000 people in the last week and a half. I guess people are getting revved up for baseball. As far as I'm concerned, I will be down in Tampa Bay from St. Patrick's Day. And then we'll figure out when I get home after that. Might be coming up. just drive up in a red convertible from Florida to opening day. Just burn out the wheels. Then playing the Yankee theme song the whole time. But listen, you can catch our Saturday conversation. You can catch our Monday show right here on YouTube. That's New York Minute Sports Show as well. Also on Spotify. If you have any comments, don't forget to subscribe, like, and tell us, who do you think is the best fit for the Giants in the comments? Who do you think is the best fit for the quarterback of the Jets? And are the Knicks pretenders or are they contenders? You let us know. Catch you next time, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.